to watch, and they keep proving to us that even though one team can go out and take full control early on, there will be these teams that catch on to what's going on and make up for it and catch, sort of get back on it. And that's just what's impressive to me, because it could be so demotivating, saying you really wanted to win this tournament. Then you just see a team like Reciprocity just take the best horse and race to the finish line before anyone else. So to continue to time and time again have these good games to catch up towards them, very impressive. And just, I mean, big kudos to Unity for actually surpassing them at this point. That's very good.
Now, honestly, Toby, if I'd said to you at the beginning of this, right, after Reciprocity got their 5 wins, that we would see a potential for another 2 teams to get 5 wins, what would you have said to me? Yeah, exactly. Unity are 1 game away. We Need Home are 2 games away. This is something that I could still see very much happening. Yeah. And I think a lot of these other teams have got to look at, okay, we need to start playing some real heavy kill games coming out here, because points is definitely going the way of Unity, We Need Home, and Reciprocity.
And the thing for Unity is, right, sure, they have not as many wins as Reciprocity, but alone today, they have 2 second places.
Yeah.
I mean, they're up there every single game. At least they have been over the last couple of days.
And that's one of the differences, right? Because Reciprocity always ending within the top 5, I think you were saying before, for across all their other games. But Unity have been probably the most consistent in the top 3. And there is no one up north.
Not at all. And the circle. Well, this is the most fair circle, I guess we can say, we have had today. At least for the majority of things. The only issue being that when we look at the dead center of it, fields, forests, and open. Normally, you talk about all these teams that want to go for a fast center early on, so they don't have that far to go, no matter where the next circle shifts. But here, compounds in the open, you can set shelter, you can put some teams up towards potato. We've all seen how that goes early in the games. But it's just chaos, and then all of a sudden you have 30 people alive with like still 6 circles to play. But with these circles, it's just so hard for teams to take that center spot. You have the forest area in there. You have this compound northwest of shelter. You have shelter itself. But you can never be as center as you really want to once you go around like other areas, for example, west over by Gatka. There's just more of a condensity in compounds, where here they're way more spread apart.
We've got a thing now where, okay, first time we have seen this from Quick Math. They are in Lipovka.
Yeah.
We have not seen them go. They have been severely committed to even when it's bad circles, and they'll just drive up.
Nice observation, James. I didn't even notice that. Insolence are actually looting inside Lipovka. They're contesting a team that has at no point at all been contested in inside games. They've had the east side here to themselves, and we've constantly said, why are they getting so much room to loot all by themselves? And as you can see as well, Rita and the previous winners of the previous game, We Need a Home, same as probably last game, not sending everyone all the way up to Yasnaya, saying, you know what? It's going to take too much time. The circle's already popped. Sure, Yasnaya is in, but might as well see if we can grab ourselves some compounds early on in this one.
The only thing that scares me about what you just mentioned there is the fact that obviously Quick Math have moved inside games over a little bit, and now Polyderic and Lipson have got people close by, so we could see a little bit of firefight potentially, but hopefully they're all just smart enough to back away from it, because it's very unnecessary.
That's where the puffer fish comes in, right? You just gotta spray it like a crazy person and make it seem like they're focused in the house. Like the Home Alone, when they have like the cardboard figures by the windows, so it seems like his parents are home. Like that's what you gotta do when you're alone in the compound like this.
The one way he's playing the movie and he's like got the gangster stuff going on.
Exactly. That's
like,
what you gotta do. Make it sound like there's a party going on inside, and just do not allow for anyone to push you. I mean, that's all you can do, because if you're hiding in a corner, they will go in. They will take the compound. Even if they see a vehicle there, it's like, well, there's 100% only one guy. If not, then we would have seen movement. And they will push on you.
And I want to watch Home Alone. That's what I'm going to do when I go back.
There are some good movies.
But what we are going to watch now is some good action coming in, because Northern Lights, right, as well, they've gone up towards South Georgia Pole again, alongside 3D Max. They've gone away from military base. So I'm guessing, even though they had a good game, they're just trying to mix things up here to upset some of the other teams.
I was just going to say real quick that I think we have a new name for Insolenzo Cam. It's Home Alone. Oh, I'm sorry.
The Home Alone Cam. I'll take that.
Home Alone Cam.
That's not a bad one.
No,
it's much better than complain about the plane.
Yep.
We've moved on, Toby.
We have moved on.
Danish Tuna is slowly going away from you.
Talsera under fire. We actually haven't seen, despite the fact that Tornado Energy and Desperado land really close to each other, one in Farm Split and one over by Milta. Other than a few shots in the distance, we have never really seen them confront each other that much on rotations early on. They have sort of collided later on in the games, but never really on the early parts. So for Melvin and X Team to go all the way up towards the hillside, sort of the dirt road up north of Farm, and take control there this early on in the game, it's not something that they've done a whole lot of.
This will be an interesting thing, right? Between these two teams, this is what it's going to come down to now. Are you going to go for some of these early kills where you're struggling in the later games? Because sometimes they're going out and they've only had 1 or 2 kills because once they do get to this, they just can't compete. So let's try and compete early on and get the 4 kills potentially.
And it makes sense, right? They want to be together. They've actually, I mean, today at least, Tornado has had a good sort of ability to get late game. Then they've just been completely overrun because they've had to fight like 3 or 4 teams at the same time. So they had a 6th place. 5th place, I believe it was in the power game, and now they got a 7th place in the military game. So they have been up there. It's just about keeping that 4th guy alive for a little while longer and being able to pick your fights and make room for yourself.
Now, where we just saw Kravik, fun fact, first ever time, one of my very, very early games of PUBG, I was there just literally entering, and the car ran me over straight up.
Ah,
yeah, dreams.
Yeah. Fortunately, that's not the case right now.
They are taking it to Desperados. This
Called
is a good start.
That is, and the worst thing is, there's just nothing you can say to that.
No, then also the rest of Desperados can't reply. There's nothing to do right now.
He just hit a hero shot. I'm dead. I mean, that's just, it's so unfortunate and you hate to see it, but there's just no...
Ooh, okay.
The revenge. Wow.
Fake just made me eat my words because I just said that can't be done, and he just did it.
You did it with the DMR, lul. Let me show you what I can do with the bolt action. Oh, is that gonna be a sour one? That's for sure.
There was a lot of action early on here on these rotates. Besiktas looking to do the damage. Wago's gone down from 3D Max, and Besiktas aren't finished just yet. I did not expect that, Desperados. What on earth?
That was crazy.
That was like anything you can do, I can do better.
That was one of those situations where we're blaming them for not going with the automatic rifle because you have a better chance of hitting. But that just goes to show the reason that these guys sometimes will stick to those bolt actions and take those shots where we say, guys, it's not gonna happen, stop it. It does indeed happen every once in a while.
A lot of teams gone for this early rotation. Zen, Reciprocity, all very close by. Seacork taking their time to go round. We've got to be careful of Stella as well. They're up at the moment towards the north of Rozhok.
I really like the split that that We Need a Home has right now. They are in between a 3-way split from Quickmath, which can be kind of dangerous, but that's what we're talking about, right? The center here, it's so open that you cannot sit 4 guys in one spot the same way you can in other places. Also, you rarely ever want to sit 4 guys in one spot when it's this early in the game. You want to spread out, take some control, and for Northern Lights now under a lot of fire from Besiktas. They already have 1 kill onto Wago, and they see that one more team is trying to make the way out of the city. Now Lux, only 31 spare bullets. Fortunately, he does have a 7.62 spare gun, but it's not a lot of ammo nonetheless for him trying to see if he can... Oh, there you go. Okay, bro, that's a headshot.
Damage coming out. Besiktas under fire as well. Avangard, their rotation is quite interesting because they've got so much more room than they probably expect. You can see them scouting around at the moment, and they're like, wait a second, how many teams have gone for the center here?
Everyone.
And Unity, they're only just making their way across, as you can see here. They're a little bit late to it all, and it's actually going to benefit them massively here because no one is trying to stop them from coming up.
And the thing is, the area that we have the center right now, it's one of those places where I've talked about many times now how it's, I mean, there's so much room between the compounds, but it's also one of those where we start saying, oh, you got 7 circles in a row. That's just lucky for you. You got yourself that one. Haha, lul. Because people won't move, especially here, if they're inside the circle. That's just how it is. Kamil, you only have 20 bullets remaining now. Sure, you want to go for the shots, but you always also have to think about your ammo situation. And Ultra is actually going to be the one to go down now. He's getting finished off. So despite the fact that it was Besiktas who were under control fully and taking a lot of shots, they are the ones to get casualties in the end.
And this circle just goes further center, very fair kind of on where it goes, only just a little bit more towards the south, which does work out for Unity. But teams like Besiktas and Northern Lights, who are not really escaping even the first circle just yet, have got a long way to go.
And we saw before, I mean, Besiktas, they're going to be coming into the circle now. If they're forced to fight a team on the edge, they all have a half magazine each to shoot with. I mean, that is not enough. They had to go far to get looted, sure. But then you cannot risk taking all these fights on the edge of the circle early on. Then you want to go in to get a compound that hopefully hasn't been looted already and get yourself some more ammo off of it. Or, well, continue to loot now on the edge.
And what, they're down to just three players and they had 1 kill or 2 kills? 1 kill total. So now they're in a rough spot regardless, right, when they go to engage. And a lot of teams that still have 4 alive. If they come through on the current course to where they're going, across ruins, they might meet 3D Max. Otherwise, you've got to deal with Avangard. Scary prospect to come straight head on into.
the home still keeping to their 2-2 split, and that's what I'm talking about. Let them know that you're here. Do not give them a chance or any reason whatsoever to consider, should we try and go for this compound? Because if you're just 2 guys alive and full 4-man team comes in, one thing being that you're in a 2v4, another thing being that's going to make it so much easier for other teams to sort of say, they're fighting right now, maybe we can chime in as well. And that's when you see like 3, 4, maybe even 5 teams trying to commit to the same compound.
We're going to watch the circle start to come in now. 2 minutes to go. Plenty of time for a lot of these teams, but positions have already been found. Homes have been made. And it's Besiktas who are still on the outside. The only team really who just don't have anywhere to solidify themselves just yet. Oh, actually, Northern Lights just coming through as well.
Yeah, far up north, far out west. That's the situation they're both in. Fortunately, there's plenty of room to maneuver in on the southern side. So for Besiktas, they'll have all the room in the world. You see the team currently somehow in first place in Unity. They're sitting in farm. Normally, you'd split a little wider here, but they're committing to just this small area. They know the fear of having teams to push down towards you. So they decide, you know what, we work best as a unit. Let's just stick to it.
They're all in this point at the moment where everyone's got their space. Few shots being fired, keeping players at bay. No one's really being able to be rolled up on just yet. But it is this, okay, when is the action going to kick off? And it's probably going to be on this, phase 3 circle, realistically, where they're going to be maybe pincered in a little bit more, forced to move around, forced for the extra rotations.
It's all going to depend on where the next circle goes. If it goes northeast up towards where we see the 2-2 split with We Need a Home, then there's pretty much only 2 or 3 spots already now available for teams to take, and that's when it's going to be chaotic. Should it go down towards Potato, though, or even down towards Farm, there's that much more room, and then we could see the chaos kind of postpone the circle and a half.
You talk about Potato, Unique. They've got control of it all to themselves.
I thought you just threw a big shot at them. Talk about Potato, Unique. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa. They've been landing shots games. Come on, man. Don't do them like that.
I'm not that bad. I've not got to that point just yet.
Wow. Okay.
They had the high ground massively. They're keeping Erangel at bay. Trying to make me look disrespectful.
It just came off like that, but I understand what you were trying to say. It was just funny. Everyone's 2-2 split, and the ones that's going to benefit is Stella, and they for sure have been needing it. They have been on the wrong side of circle so many times today. Have a hard time to get anything going, and now, fortunately, they have a chance to do something here.
Now, Reciprocity still within it. Tornado just on the very edge. The same there for Quick Math. Teams start to make their move around. Northern Lights, they've only just come into this, and actually they've actually benefited because it's gone their way. Same with 3D Max right on the edge of it all.
Yeah, OK Pro is sitting all by himself on the northern side there. Might just want to reconsider going down towards your teammates, because you for sure, buddy, will get pushed by our team coming in at some point soon.
Yeah, he has to act fast as well. He can't afford to be pinned down, as We Need a Home of firing shots at some of the rotating off teams.
We Need a Home to control a volcano. Makes perfect sense for them to be up there. But OK Bro just talked about him being by himself. Now his teammates are under a lot of fire. Seagull doing everything they can, and they're making it work right now. Sunsy, we talked about him, a good fragger. Now he gets a chance to do something here. Gets himself not only 1, but 2 finish-offs off of it.
That's exactly what we expect to see from a player like Sunsy. Finally given the chance to come alive, and he gets the job done. He's got to be able to hold on to this, because there are still other teams rolling up in around him. OK Bro joins the party, and what on earth just happened there?
Little too late to the party, OK Bro. Might just have wanted to be over here approximately 20-30 seconds ago when your teammates needed your help. We talked about them setting it a bit too thin with the 3-1 split in the way that they did. Probably weren't expecting the push up north to be this big, but it was, with so many teams center already from the previous circle, was to be expected. Unity, we see them on our screen right here, have been playing so impressive so far. And they, once again, 0 kills. Let's keep an eye out for when they get on the kill feed, because this could be one of those double-digit kills games for them as well.
Axor starting up onto standing, lands their headshot, and they were being kept at bay from the hill, which means that actually, okay, Erangel will fire back despite not having the high ground advantage, but Besiktas are getting close to them as well.
We see up north, and just cover your screen up there as well. You see Paul there. We Need a Home, winners of 2 games ago, trying to see if they can do the damage needed to get some finish offs here. But Rita having to finish off Lips, and she accidentally knocked him earlier, I believe. And that, of course, is not what you want to happen, especially not when you have a team right on your heels.
Off the back of that crazy match 3 of today. That's not what they would have wanted. Inside Games applying the pressure, trading out Nox for now, but who's going to come out on top? Rita massively under pressure now, and this just should be too much. We need a home, get eliminated in 16th place. It is not ideal for them. They are far up on the points, but that's a rough bounce back after the win.
And you talk about accidental knocks on teammates, right? This one right here shows you can never do it because they pushed up because of it.
And that's why we're so critical of it, Toby. It's not a joke. We do say, like, come on, at pro level, this should not be a thing ever so regularly. Yes, you can make mistakes, but when you do make these mistakes, other teams can capitalize off it.
It's unfortunate, so unfortunate to see it happen, but, well, I mean, there's no one else to blame but the guys doing it.
No one else to blame but yourselves if you're going to let it happen. Reciprocity, Zen, Seek.org, Stella, 3D Max. Inside Games and 7 all within the circle. 7 are going to have to move though. Their compound has been excluded from this. This push coming in. Seek.org still trying to keep him at bay. Barlos low on health, but Sunzi, he's doing all the damage once again. He's come alive and right at the right time. Seek.org needed his help and they needed him to be that point man. He was exactly the same as last time, right? When Seek.org were actually first starting to perform, it was him who's delivering the damage, the kills up in there.
And OK Bro has made a run for it, said, yup, you know what, that ain't going to happen. I'm just going to sit in this shack for the remainder of this game. Hope the circles come up towards me. Unity, far east, still no kills for them. They've been playing it safe as they always do. Do not want to get active before later. And this is the thing, right? They're doing exactly kind of what Reciprocity were doing the first 2 days. And now they've kind of just taken their strategy and said, thank you guys, we will just call this our own now and make it work.
The Seekers have somehow bypassed Erangel without taking the fight, even though they were right up on behind them, and now come all the way around the hill without being taken down by Unique. Unique need to be ever so cautious because they could just come up and roll on them.
They have a chance here, but Besiktas also have to be aware that there could be multiple teams up here. So you see Simpsy jumping around, trying to constantly get info. And for those of you guys wondering why they're jumping around like crazy people, there are multiple reasons to it. One of them being that you get a little more height, so you can see more uphill. Another thing being that the amount of like little seconds you're in the air, you will be allowed to hear more. Calvin trying to make the run of his teammates, just ran into a grim fate here, trying to do something, and he takes on one first, no, not, but there's going to be a lot more needed for him to survive.
That was a nice start from Calvin though, right? He could have just drove through and probably been annihilated like the rest of his team. They made it down in 15th place, but he was trying his mightiest to fight that off. Well, it's Tornado that are ripping apart Erangel, and Erangel just runs straight up into him without only one player left alive in Azvarin.
Not a whole lot he could do there, unfortunately. Tried to make the pull on up, but not gonna happen. Max is so far up north, and look at these two Erangel players. They're so far apart now. Max is all the way up north, and Azvarin all the way down south.
I actually thought the rest of the team was dead. Max is just
there's still one up. And now there's only one alive because Azvarin just got knocked by Insolenzo.
No cam for him just yet.
Not yet.
He's still got his team, and they're actually in a pretty good spot. Azvarin goes down. It's Zen that will actually pick up the kill. Tornado right on the edge of it. And it's Zen and Reciprocity. Their positions here in the compounds, they can hold off Quick Math, Tornado, and Unique.
They have some good spots to play from that for sure. It's a little hard to see up the hill from Reciprocity's position. They can get an angle though, should be fortunate. Jupesy goes down, Millman lands some shots, and this is the firepower that we know that Tornado Energy has, that we've seen them deliver before. They're one of the teams that have had a 19-kill victory, and they want to see if they can repeat something similar to this one. Comfort, though, already down.
Mailman needs to be careful. He's taking those shots. He's able to get the early knock, but can he get the kills now with it? 2-0 jumping up and down, taking further damage, but he's also getting it come back his way. Peltzg managing to get it done. Extra damage happening, but is it going to be enough?
This team falls back down. So many teams now shooting, and that's what's been happening to Tornado over and over again. They take these fights where they have the upper hand, but then they take too long, and they allow for multiple teams to engage on them, and they just take casualties because of it. Like the push across from Quick Math as Mill here. They said, you know what, this is our chance to make the move. We know the Millman's down. We can make the push over right now. They do so as well because they know the circle is going up. But holy Northern hard shift. We're going out in the open once again. We've been here before. I think it was 7 that sat in the compound in the middle there, and they had themselves a really good spot and a lot of fun to play from. But this is a horrible spot for anyone that's not in the circle already.
Zen and Reciprocity will have to move. Erangel get eliminated in 14th place. It's not worked out well for them. The split was too much, and Maxazor is picked apart. More man under pressure. He's been knocked down. 3D Max firing on all cylinders from their compound, and they'll take down Stella.
Cass tried to close the door, but not going to happen. Kamka trying to stay alive as well, but he goes down. In the end, though, Mailman is there for the refrag, and down goes Quickmath in 12th. And last player now, Mailman trying to make the most of it. Has been the guy to go down earlier, early in the previous game, so for him to sort of make up for it now would be great, but he's gonna be all in his lonesome against a solid 35 remaining players.
Good thing for Mailman is that Zen are preoccupied with Unique as for now. Question is, how is that little showdown gonna go? Seacorp, they've had some good circles now in their favor. It's about time they can get away with a good game. It's Sunzi who's been able to keep their compound under locks for them.
So we hit circle 5 now. Unity have 1 kill. Now they're starting to activate. Orange Snow just got himself the first knock onto 1 player. And look at the way they split out and take control over inside games.
More nades coming out as well as Drainies has found luck, so Besiktas aren't able to sneak past for too much longer. These nades coming out, Unique cannot catch a break. It's just constant, as well as the shots coming in. And this is where Unity want to get the job done.
Double nade coming in from Blast on, right on the money, living up to his name with the explosions and title stamps. Trying to stay put for a while. Pixel makes the most of it, gets himself the first knock. There are multiple players still to come around the corner.
If he can take down Tizerin, that's going to be absolutely huge. That's their big pick of the damage dealer they've had across the board, and they're doing damage onto Blast on as well. How do Unity deal with this? 2 players knocked already. Orange Snow trying to hold strong. Finds himself the first and the second. That's absolutely huge. Orange Snow, he's saving the day.
And somehow, some way, Unity lives through that one without taking a single casualty. That's absurd. That is insane. Right there.
Played so well. They grouped up in 2 different directions, firing up on inside games. The nades kept coming out while the other 2 players moved around the side. Beautiful teamwork coming out there. This is why Unity are the current front runners.
Even when things look grim, even if everything seems to go against them, they somehow make it out alive. That's absolutely insane. Vasco taking down Mailman, liking the gestures from James, saying, "My team just killed your team," but it's fine, it's fine. There's still 1 more day of games to be played.
Oh, and once again, Seacorp get a circle in their favor as Zen. They're starting to do some damage here. Drainies gets actually picked apart though by Unity. That's a kill stolen away from them. Standing still there. More nades continue to fire out. Zen out in the open. Play with me on the spray down. And 3D Max have come into it as well.
Stay with me. He's prone, and now he realizes he's in the middle of the open. Oh, not a whole lot he can play from there. Upika trying to do something to revenge his fallen teammate. Spots out Page. Vasco goes down with the nade. There's 1 more to be thrown. Last one at that, and now he has to make the runoff as well. 360s, but it's not going to save him. He does get himself a knock onto Vasco, or to Page actually, and the finish up onto Vasco as well. And Reciprocity now starting to take casualties as well.
3D Max are actually doing a ton of damage. They are shooting pretty much from near the center onto Reciprocity, Zen, and 7.
And that's the thing, they can't do that from this position. Everybody has to make their way down towards them, and they have to find each other while doing so. And the main issue for them is that they're all pretty much exposed to 3D Max while they're hiding from one another, because they're sitting on the northern side, they're all sitting west to east, fighting each other, and well, that's going to leave them completely open. Third team sitting north.
7 come out into the open. They try to get hold of this shack. OK Bro's in within it though. Is he going to be able to hold them off? Damage being done, and once again it's Sunzi. He's able to hit the shots. He's able to get it done, and he finishes it as well.
OK Bro got himself 1 kill. Finished off Edelweiss. There you go.
He'll take it.
Yep, he's been sitting here for a while now, and he's going to stay there, that's for sure.
No need to move just yet as Noki delivers the headshots, delivers the damage, delivers the kills as 3D Max have been firing on all cylinders all game long.
Seacorp, they committed to this area, they wanted to get it, and now they're really in a good spot. They're a little north, they have probably the best compound in the circle, and a good headshot connected by Nest down towards Noki.
That was very unfortunate. Now how are they going to rescue him? Smokes are going to go down. Ness is taking the shots. Isn't able to make him connect, but Seacorp, they are not allowing anyone to step foot near them.
Unity, they have a rough spot far east in the circle as well. They have to figure how the universe do we cross the road here.
Yeah, open area. Even with a lot of smokes, you'll still get bullets fired across you. Tomil being knocked out there, and Buster Travel's going to go in and try and get the finish off. Smoke being deployed by Timby to provide some cover. Nice headshot comes out there as well.
And Cario, they all have to figure out how they want to play this, because just exactly is the entire area here out of the circle. You see it's closing in now already. They do have the broken wall out there inside the circle, but they have to make the run on forward. They have to do something. Simsy is committed to the run. There's smokes all over the place. Simsy's not spotting him, and Francario gets himself the finish off.
So much damage being done. Besiktas eliminated in 8th, and now 7. They have to just hold on to this. They've got a very edge of a wall to hide behind.
What a circle. If there's anyone creating these games saying, well, surprisingly, they deserve to get back to first place, don't they? They just gave you the circle that you wanted. You're sitting like miles out on the edge. Everywhere you would have to go would be a long, long push in the open without vehicles. And, well, now, fortunately, you don't have to go anywhere.
So can Numb. They are finally eliminated. Ivor's the next one to go down. It's Bustle Travel delivering it long range. Now, interestingly enough, Unity and Reciprocity both still within it. Both still fighting for that first place, but also not had that many kills between each other, right? They're still on a kind of similar footing here, which means are they going to ever engage each other? Because Seacork's the one everyone's looking at. They now have to move. Somebody's going to push out first with the vehicle, but is it going to do enough? Damage coming his way. And 3D Max still shooting. 7 kills in total. And this is non-stop damage from them.
They're just continuing. I mean, they have a position where they're forced to do it. They need to constantly weaken these teams to get a better chance should they come to fight them in the final circles. And as we are closing into the final circles, Sunsi is trying to make anything of a bad position. I can tell him, though, that he's just outside the circle, so had he driven just a little bit further forward, that would have been that much better. Okay, Bro as well, just outside the circle, trying to grant himself some sort of cover. Well, they have to work with.
Cover's slowly going to fade away as the smokes go down from Unity, and they're actually able to deliver a couple of knocks here. It's time for them to strike. It's what they've been waiting for, but they've got good awareness as well. Unity keeping an eye on what Reciprocity might try and do here.
They heard Reciprocity shoot over towards 3D Max, and they know there are players down in this area. Now they just need to deal with them. Look at the smoke sort of wall they have made over towards Seacorp. They can full on commit to Reciprocity from here. Really, really great strategy being put in right here.
Extra nades going out, Reciprocity trying to get it done. Haxetti needs to keep himself down, that's why he's prone and waiting for it. But his teammates have taken a fair bit of damage as well. Shiv has eaten some of it. Nice shot coming out there, and Ness is involved as well. Haxetti landing the one bullet, but it's going to be Ness that lands the headshot.
Damage coming in, teaser in under fire now as well. These smokes are fading in the cover they had before. Is no more net. Ooh. Ness just blew up himself and Balus. Something hit something it wasn't supposed to and blew up himself and his teammate. That's unfortunate. Now they'll have to commit to the reses here instead of trying to do damage. The Sunset dies, so that kills all of them. Seacork, you had a chance, and Ness had a nade. That's unfortunate.
You had one of your best chances as well, as this is looking a little bit rough for Unity now. You've got Reciprocity in one area. You're very much out in the open. And you have 3D Max just waiting for you to poke out, make any mistakes in their shooting as well.
And for Unity to see Seacork die, that is so important. Because look at where they are right now. With this position, they're completely exposed to Seacork. But they are not alive anymore, so there's no fear for them in really being spotted from anywhere. That's insane. That's actually insane. It must have been one of those, I thought I threw a smoke, it was an 8, kind of unfortunate situations. And that just cost them the round.
Mistakes have been made, but the other teams will make the best work of it.
3D Max.
Push forward. This is nice.
Yeah, they could get themselves their second win today. They're all inside the circle with this position. Dastage will go down. Not a whole lot more to it than that. No res is coming in. It's too tricky of a position to be in. Phantom. You can see the weapon. You can see the backside of the weapons sort of stick out behind him there. And he knows there are people up there.
Hack said he's got to be careful of that fat ass.
Yeah.
Stick out every now and again. Behind the tree, it doesn't help out for him when he's sat there ducking and diving, bobbing and weaving. Given Rafi just sat there waiting. They want Unity to be the ones that push forward.
Yeah. That's the thing, right? 3 teams remaining. You can see the way they're split right now. Unity, they do not want to move. Same thing going for all the guys. Of course, the last circle is this one, so we're just going to go dead center in just about 10 seconds' time. Who will move first, though? It looks to me like Tisserin and Blast will be the first ones forced to move, but it's going to be the question of where will the first fight be forced to happen. I would assume to see Unity go down first, unless something crazy happens here.
We've seen crazy things happen for sure, as soon as they stand up, Phantom delivers the headshot onto Tisserin, and that's them being ripped apart. Unity down in 3rd place, but what can Reciprocity do? Rafi, Shiv, Haxetti up and playing with it. If they can revive him, they've got the time. This could be absolutely huge.
And look at the difference here as well, right? Reciprocity, they had the position. They're in 2nd place. They only have 1 kill so far, though. They never had to find anyone. They were able to sit up there for quite a while, never fought anyone off. And now with the position, could make it 5 or 4 kills, make that, and get themselves 10 points added with the win.
Shiv's got himself so far forward. He's using some of the smokes that 3D Max can put down for cover. Raffi gets headshot. Axetti's being picked apart. Raffi has got to be very careful now as they push through it. Shiv goes down, and 3D Max absolutely brilliant. That was a slaughter.